So it's where we're actually this update snap to floor. Oh, the macros and prefixes really aren't a big deal. It makes sense pretty quickly after you mess around with it. So we're sweeping in the Y direction, and we are not colliding. So we're snapping to the floor in the new position. So it's start position plus all these. So we're moving out, and we're snapping down. And basically our collision distance was 310? Well, maybe we need to just nudge ourselves out farther or something like that. Did I change something over in the globals that I shouldn't have? No, they all look decent. Well, whatever it is, it's something pretty small that's causing the problem. It's a very small piece of math in here. Again, we're casting straight down and we're getting a different answer than we cast straight down at a different angle. So it's like when we're casting literally straight down, we don't find anything, but when we cast straight down with some velocity in a direction, we do find something, which makes me think we're or just right on the edge. Yeah, see, there's no excuse for this to say that we're actually, like... There's no excuse for this to say that we are colliding with the... not snapped to the ground. Like, 310 is the wrong distance. Well, there is something here, actually. If we're in the air, we're not actually setting our position. So we have, like, update snap to floor. We're not actually setting ourselves to the position that that we want. So I think that's the problem. Nice duck, yeah. That's not my duck. That's Adam's duck. I'll give you a little close up on it. I'm using the I haven't I haven't hooked up his animations to his movement yet, so he's just doing his idle, which isn't even the right idle. But if we pop him open, it looks like this. He's just a little critter. Adam's duck, not a euphemism. Yes. He is not the main character. He's just a little dude who crawls around and eats stuff. So what should be happening here is when we call snap to floor, we're actually supposed to set ourselves to the frickin' position, and we're not. So, like, we're supposed to set ourselves into the air, correct, but what we should be doing is setting ourselves to the new position, like, and I think what happened is when we changed this function sometime today, probably. Yeah, we were never actually setting the position of this object, it looks like. But what we need to do is we basically want to say, like, overlap with... What we need to do is, yeah, set this. So I need to double check where we're actually calling update snap to floor. And see if we're calling internal set position on our stuff before. Alright, well I think it's basically we want to just take new position. I want to say if we're not overlapping, then internal set position. Though we probably can just set it and just forget it. And that's probably all we have to do. Because what's happening is... Yeah, let me actually pull up. If you want to learn about Fat Sack, go ahead and watch that short animated clip that Adam put together about him. It's pretty humorous. So what we're doing is we're actually we traveled off of the floor, and then we were actually flying because we had just gone off the edge of this thing, and then we're like, oh, we're not flying, we're flying now, and then we just didn't set our position to being in the air. So you know that's it. That was what it was. So it's as simple as that. So yeah, not too crazy. Just a small little glitch in the matrix. I mean, that's what I was thinking. It's like this doesn't make sense. We have this working. What did we change? And it was during the cleanup. I was assuming that it was setting the position when we called update set position, but yeah, it wasn't. So what do we want to do? Where the hell were we? We need to take out these debugging things that we just added in here, because we don't need them anymore. Yeah, Adam is really good at making really cute critters. Like even his like supposedly vicious creatures are always some sort of whimsically cute, which kind of makes sense because he was a animator for Disney and all that. All right, so we're supposed to be able to wall jump now. So what's the deal with wall jumping? Yeah, if you haven't seen any of those, it's not even a feature in it. Yeah, he was like the effects animator or something. I forget. I'm not Adam, so I don't know everything about him. If you liked watching that, you should check out the rest of Adam's work. He put all the rest of the Brackenwood series on YouTube just recently, so you should go check it out. It's definitely worth the 20 or 25 minutes of animated shorts. I don't know if they're on his site anymore. I think we moved them all because Flash is Flash is pretty much dead. So we kind of want to, I think, point people at the YouTube stuff, because otherwise they're going to be having problems with all that fun times. But I think he posted on his site. I don't know. We migrated his site and he's been changing everything, so that's his business. I don't tell him what to do with his site. I just tell him how to run his site. There's a difference. Oh yeah, Flash is like totally freaking toast. Like most everybody's blocking it now. Welcome back, Scorpion. We're still munching away on this physics stuff. We just found a pretty nasty bug that I had introduced earlier today. And the next thing we are working on is wall jumping. So our creature should be able to push off the wall and jump either up or down. So if you've got a wall here like this and you are jumping up and to it, you should be able to hold the opposite direction and jump up and continue doing all that stuff. And if you're going down, so like you are going like this, I would like to be able to kick off of the wall going down. So you should be able to dunk, 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 and that sort of thing. And we're gonna see how that feels with our character. So that's what we're working on. And I don't know if Adam is gonna want all wall jumping and if we're gonna do crazy stuff with wall jumping, but I kind of want at least to have the ability to be like, hey Adam, let's try out wall jumping, let's see how it feels. You know, if we need Bitey to crawl up the middle of some gigantic world tree or something, that would be cool. Otherwise, you know, if he's going down up and down caverns or wherever he is, he might need a wall jump, right? And it looks like Fat Sack is not wall jumping. I should have like a camera right on my hands on my keyboard as I'm trying to do this. You can see me like you do that thing in Super Metroid where you're like, ah, god damn it, ah, god damn it again, I can't get up there, and you're like, is it just me or is it the machine? In this case, it's definitely that the code is screwed up. So we're gonna take a look at that. A weird critter eating stuff. Yes, that is what Bitey does. He is weird and he is eating things. He puts things in his mouth that he shouldn't. That's kind of what happens in the wilderness. Anyway, so what we want to do is we want to see why jump is not letting us jump. Oh, oh fucking Christ. Because we didn't do anything. We didn't write any code to actually make us wall jump. We just set like, oh, we should probably move to the left, and then we didn't do anything because we're dumb. Like, oh yeah, cool. Let's totally write wall jumping. Let's just have it execute no code. So, and then we scratch our heads and wonder why we can't wall jump. Yeah, that's just what we do here. Well, it's one of those things where it's always like you write some stuff and then you're like, why didn't it work? You'd be like, oh, it never got called. Oh yeah, we forgot to actually like hook up the system that we just spent like 2 million years writing. Whoops. I've done that so many damn times. You're just like, what? Why isn't the web server running? And it's like, oh, because the web server's not running. Oh. Oh shit, well that makes sense. Why isn't it running? Because I told it to turn off, or like something like that. Yeah. So it looks like we got our conditionals backwards on can jump. Okay, so the direction that we're going to say for jumping is going to be like, I want to jump to the right. So jump direction is going to be to the left. Right, so it should just look like that. Nice. Nice, all the things. So should I get like an awesome green screen to sit behind me so I'm all super pro looking? Except I won't have the green screen like between me and the monitor, so it'll just be like this big ass monitor here that's being screened there as well. Alright, it looks like the detection code is working properly. So now we have to actually do the wall jump part where we apply our velocity properly. Alright. Am I making one for donations? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Oh, you're talking to character. Never mind. Alright, cool. So, if we're going to wall jump, what are we going to do? We need to set our velocities to the things. So, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Probably like 60 seconds. Later, Scorpion. Have a good one. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out exactly what we need to do for wall jumping. So there's two conditions, right? There's the condition where we are going up and where we're going down. So what exactly do we want to do? When we're going down, do we want to go down faster? Like, I would assume if we're heading down and we... I mean, I guess basically what this is we're kicking off of the wall. So should we kick off the wall and increase in our the velocity that we are going in? So basically we want to take the current velocity, and do we want to worry about like kicking off of a wall like this? Basically what you do is you take your current velocity, you take the normal, and what you do is you basically reflect the vector. Basically what you do is you want to get this point right here, this vector, and then you just add it twice to the original location, and that's where you end up being. And then you subtract that point from the point of collision, and that's the direction you're going. And how you do that is you get the normal, you project your direction vector onto the normal, and you get this vector, pretty much. And then you just subtract that vector from the impact point, and you get this location right here, and then you just subtract that to get this vector, and then you just add it twice. And that's kind of how you end up, that's how you do like reflections on a surface. You know, just basic linear algebra. So does that mean we actually need the normal to the surface that we're kicking off of? It's kind of what it seems like to me. So if that's the case, we already should have it. We already did a sweep in the direction. So we should have the normal to the surface we're going to kick off of. So we need to add something to can jump. And when we call can jump, we should be passing that information back out of this to here so that we actually can use it. Let's see. So we're going to pass in a direction, and we're going to pass in a sweep test response pointer. So it's a struct. So it's going to do struct pointer output. We're going to be kicking off, so we can always just do some basic stuff. You know, apply some basic friction, which we're already having in a lot of ways, and all that sort. So we should have plenty of stuff we can do here. Well, let's see. I guess because I got lazy on these functions, kind of what I need to do is this. Well, what can we do? We pretty much just want to say, like, if response is null pointer, we're just gonna return sweep movement object. We're gonna pass in object, position, direction, distance, and then star response. And that should compile that for us. And this one should, we just take output. So we should just do sweep test response. We just pass in the address of response, and we're good. Because the thing we want to do after we do wall jumping is we want to do sliding down slopes. So we'll change it so like not everything is landable. If it's got a positive z normal, So what that'll mean is wall jumping will also be jumping while sliding. Because it's the same thing, you're stuck to a piece of geometry that you're actually sliding down. This is pretty much what I want to get done today. Is I want to get the sliding down the walls, and I want to get the wall jump done. And the question is, if we do a jump off of like a surface where we're sliding down, I don't know. I think we might just want to do the naive wall jump, and that might actually work better. If you're sliding down a surface, we might just want to let you jump normally. Otherwise, like if you had a tunnel that was like this, was at like an angle or something. Like let's say you had a tunnel like this, and Bitey like flew into this tunnel at supersonic speeds, and like you could like jump off of this wall, you know, and just get like bam, and just shoot yourself all over the place like mad, your old pinball. I'm not sure that's really what we want. Like bam, 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 for him to be like super springy Sonic, sort of, you know, the Flash or something on every surface. Like it seemed like something where we'd rather just kind of have Bitey, you know, run into the wall, and you could maybe, you know, wall jump back down or something, you know, like you're hitting it, but he wouldn't like careen straight down. Like if you wall jumped, he would wall jump like back over to this direction. So it'd be more like, if that's our terrain, then he would careen into this wall, and then when you kick off, he just like kicks off on the other direction. So if you were doing that, you would kick off and then kick off again, and your motion would look more like that than wham, 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 wham. Because he's not like a frickin' spring ball. He's a creature. Now, if you're sliding, we at least want you to jump normally out of a slide, unless it's like stuff that, you know, Bitey just needs to slide on, right? Like, you know, like we're the Lion King on Super Nintendo. Yeah, okay, that's a good catch there. If it's a null pointer, go ahead and dereference it. That's That's how the pros do it. Bounce off the first wall, slide down the rest. So we're getting there, just closing in. And we do have our normals and all of our things. So what we want to do so if current velocity dot z is greater than 0, what we want to do is basically say our current velocity dot y equals our current velocity dot y plus the sine of dir dot y. And what is our direction? Our direction is either left or right. We're not actually doing anything. Here, so this is actually going to add velocity times that to the y. Do we want anything in the y? Well, we're setting it equal to. I think our y velocity should negate. So like our current velocity is just going to be like negate the current velocity, and our z is just going to be so should we be adding our z velocity that we currently have? So if we wall jump up, it makes us go up faster. Or should we just set it to this thing? If we just set it here, then we're basically jumping off the wall at the exact same velocity we would normally jump up at. Otherwise, what we can do, like it looks like we want to negate our y velocity regardless. That's just what we're doing. And if our z velocity is negative, then we want to just make it negative? No, we want to, maybe we should just leave our z velocity alone. Maybe we can just say like the z velocity is the z velocity. Like I don't want to add a whole hell of a lot of velocity to it, but we could just say like it equals the velocity plus negative velocity on this one. So it'd be like you're going down and you're gonna go down a hell of a lot faster. See how it looks. So if we're going up, we're going to get a normal jump. If we're going down, it might be that we just want to just give you a normal jump. And just be done with it. Just not do anything nuts. Not try any insane kickoff stuff. Just be like, he just jumps. You know, people know how wall jumping works. That's like every game ever. You know, Mega Man, etc., etc. You don't jump downwards to do any bullshit. You just jump off the wall. You know. And in a lot of those games, your velocity in the Z-axis just doesn't change. Nothing's happening. It equals. So the current velocity is going to be. What? Jump velocity should be 6,000. Oh yeah, because we need to actually give ourselves a vector to jump at, don't we? We're not even using this direction vector. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, have a good one, Arccore. Or Arccore, not Arccore, I guess. So have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, and enjoy your rest. Arcus. Alright, cool. Yes, that's what it looks like if you jump down, and it just don't like that. Current velocity Z. Wow, yeah, this like. So I think we'll just make it super simple. I think pretty much we negate your Y velocity and we just set to what would normally be the Z. And we're just like, no problem. Just a basic wall jump. Because I didn't like that feeling of shooting downwards. It was just like, no. That's not how I want to move with a platformer. I want to. I hit the jump key. I should go up, right? Not down. I didn't hit the down key. So if I've got that immediate reaction, I assume other people would too. I'm just like, don't think so. Yeah, that feels a lot better. That just feels right. So let's make sure it works with the Xbox controller. Yeah, it's a lot harder. It's not awful. It's not bad. It's just it's what you'd expect. Yeah. Yeah, so alright, well with a little practice you can wall jump off of the smaller platforms. It's kinda tough though. But you can do it. Yeah, okay, that actually feels really satisfying to nail one of those. Yeah, that's That's really cool. Yeah. Oh man, you see that? You can glide up a platform and then wall jump off of it, because you can kind of edge around corners, like that. You can get two little wall jumps out of it. Because you hit the corner and it just jumps again. Well, it doesn't jump again. I'm sliding across it. Okay, that's what's going on. Otherwise, I would have gone a lot higher. I can see why people play platformers. Like, I really want to nail that jump, but I know I can do it. It's just I just want to get just perfectly on that corner. God, come on. Damn. I need a. I'm not fast enough with this frickin' controller to do it. Come on. I keep hitting right when I need to hit left. Fuck. No. Shit. Maybe I can do it with a keyboard. Oh, almost. Almost. Yeah, there we go. I got it. I got both of them. Yeah, alright. Got it twice. Okay, so just normal wall jumping is a hell of a lot more fun than just ridiculous other wall jumping. So we're gonna probably just gonna leave that in there. Ah, that's so cool. Okay, so we need sliding now. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure to check in this code here, since we got everything into a good working state and we're just kind of noodling around, and our noodles are actually working pretty well right now. We're going to make sure we have a good state, because of basically what happened earlier is sometimes when you're working on these things, you don't really have a very good save spot. So I'm just going to say work in progress on movement, wall jumping, and cleaning up physics code. Yeah, Adam's gonna be pretty happy when he sees that. He'll be like, wait a minute. We got wall jumping? This is crazy. It'll be nice. It's always nice when I can finally actually give him something to look at, like